I'm trying to change things up just quite a bit. So, yeah, the matchup between
heads up next time.
yeah, but what was I gonna say? The main event matchup was, again, it was okay. It wasn't one of those things where it was like, oh, it's a great matchup and blah blah blah. This had so many great spots. A couple of good spots. I did make the comment that I would think it'd be kind of funny if Kevin Owens, quote unquote, accidentally hit the package pile driver when he was doing his was like that lift up double underhook side slam or whatever he does, where he just tries to lift it up and then he just accidentally drops down and be like, oops, because only Kevin Owens can do that. Oh my gosh, that would be amazing. But it also
doing that a lot lately. What is it, like the package sit out powerbomb type thing?
Something like that, yeah. It kind of had a little bit of a Booker T Triple H feel at the end, where Dean Ambrose hit the Dirty Deeds, and it felt like an eternity before Dean Ambrose finally got to the cover and pinned Kevin Owens 1, 2, 3. I don't know. Maybe that was just me.
I thought he was kicking out of that too.
I looked at that. I'm like,
I was like, really, really, like.
That's it. Okay.
I don't know. I didn't really care for the main event too much. I think Raw was great. Like the main event was greatly overshadowed by
Chris Jericho
tonight. And obviously what we're about to talk about being probably the main one.
Yeah, there's a reason why #ThankYouBraun was very high up there tonight, and that being, of course, Roman Reigns. He had a sit-down interview talking about possibly ending The Undertaker's career. Nothing really too stand-outish, except for when he took his mic off. Here comes Braun to wreck the day and to destroy Roman Reigns and tear him apart. Throws him into a wall. Literally throws him over a couple of the sound equipment onto a table and just demolishing him, throwing him everywhere.
He threw like there was two tables over there, but yeah, like he had to have thrown him at least. I'm guessing that was probably 7 to 10 feet.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, because he cleared that crate. Like there's like I think 2 crates or one giant one, but he threw him completely. There's even stuff. There's like cups of water and shit like that on top of it. Cleared all of that, and yeah, it's just the power of that dude. Holy shit.
Oh yeah, we're talking more about it because it doesn't stop there. Braun Strowman hits a running power slam onto those same crates, and also takes a crate while Roman Reigns is on the wall, and just rams it right into Roman Reigns' face, literally seemingly knocking Roman Reigns out. He just looks like he went through a meat grinder, and he gets put on a stretcher, and it's just like, okay, segment's over. Braun's just like, nope, takes the stretcher, throws him literally off the loading dock. This is one of those things where I thought to myself, oh my God, he might actually be dead. Because I thought to myself, there's no way that you could edit that fast. Roman Reigns Jesus.
Like, okay, so here's what happened.
Okay.
I kind of made a joke about this in the wrestling group, too. So, they did that scene, and I don't know if they went to commercial after that, I can't remember.
No, this was all in one segment. They didn't go to commercials at all.
Well, they cut to another camera angle or whatever, and then they go back. The stretcher's in a completely different position from where it landed. It was also way closer to the loading dock than where it originally landed. And when he throws it off the thing and hits the ground, falls forward, and lands close to, I don't know if there's like a yellow beam or something like that was kind of out there. But it landed closer to that, like way closer to that, and like face down on the left side of the stretcher. When they pan back to it, it is maybe 5 feet closer, and it's flipped over, facing camera side, on the right side of the stretcher. And I was like, that's not how that shit landed. And you're obviously not going to slide it 5 feet and move it, because in that situation, you're not supposed to move the guy. So I thought they messed that up a little bit, but they totally redeemed themselves with the ambulance scene.
Oh my
You're talking about editing it. You're talking about editing it. I want to say that part was probably filmed earlier. Because honestly, when he threw the stretcher off, I don't know if there was a dummy on there or what, but when it hit the ground and fell forward, it didn't even look like anybody was on it. And if you watch the camera angles, the way they shoot it is Braun's massive body is basically covering every angle of the stretcher the entire time.
Well, they did that perfectly. So
yeah, I don't know how they did it, but you know, they made it work, and I thought it looked cool, except for the maybe the misjudgment of where to replace the stretcher. They kind of goofed that, but
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, but let's get into that.
They made up for it. That's what I'm going to do. They made up for it. In the next scene, where they're finally loading him into the stretcher, and Braun Strowman is like, "Yeah, no, I'm not done yet." And
no, you got to say it more aggressively. He's like, "I'm not done yet."
I didn't want to yell because my wife's passed out on the couch next to me. But yeah, basically, just Incredible Hulk flips the ambulance over with Roman Reigns inside, and this right, that whole thing with Roman and Strowman, or Strowman Reigns is what I like to call them when they're together.
Right.
That whole thing reminded me of the Attitude Era. We saw so many things like that during the Attitude Era, where people were getting hit by cars, and you know, someone gets put in an ambulance, and then all of a sudden Austin's driving the ambulance, and you know, just crazy stuff like that. So it was a nice little kind of throwback, and I don't know, it just made me feel like the Attitude Era a little bit, and just kind of made me smile. But probably my highlight, best part about it though, and I swear to God, this is not a joke. You hear the crowd chanting, "You deserve it, you deserve it," to Roman Reigns, and he's getting murdered by Braun Strowman.
I heard that too, and I was like, I just thought to myself, wow.
In 2 weeks, Roman Reigns went from probably like one of the most hated guys in wrestling to the most hated person probably on the planet. I honestly think Donald Trump would come out and get a bigger pop than Roman Reigns right now. No joke. And tonight, I think Braun Strowman just became the most over person on the roster.
Yeah, all honesty, that was just the most insane thing that I have ever seen where, oh God, just from front to back, whatever way you look at it, just was an amazing moment there. Like you said, it was like the Attitude Era. It felt like it just was something special. It was something different. And in all honesty, this is going to take Roman Reigns out for at least, like, I want to say months at least. I mean, they mentioned the extent of his injuries being, you know, quote unquote, some busted up ribs, internal injuries, and a possible separated shoulder. That's one of those things where it's like, oh yeah, he's going to be gone for at least a few months until either, you know, they finally decide to bring him back maybe by SummerSlam or maybe later than that. I don't know. How long do you think Roman would be out?
I don't know. It'd probably be out maybe a month. I don't know. I don't think they want to. If they're smart, they don't keep him off TV too long because just of the reaction he gets from the crowd. Like, that's money right there. You don't keep that off television unless there's an absolutely good reason to do that. But and like as you're saying, so yeah, they do take him off. I think this is where Strowman goes to SmackDown, especially if Bray is coming to Raw. I can definitely see Strowman going to SmackDown. This was him finishing his business with Roman Reigns. He took care of it, destroyed him. Now he'll go to SmackDown.
Yeah, I could definitely see that being a major possibility. But all in all, Monday Night Raw was definitely very watchable, very entertaining, and very just can't miss TV. I mean, especially like we said, with the Braun Strowman Roman Reigns angle. Holy mother, all that is high and mighty. That just made everything.
This month, man, April, this month, this year, it's probably going to be one of my favorite months of wrestling in a very, very long time. Because WrestleMania was really good, I thought. I had a couple of gripes here and there, but overall, I thought it was one of the better WrestleManias in recent years. Then the Raw after, I thought was amazing. The SmackDown after was amazing. Raw tonight was awesome. I think SmackDown tomorrow is going to be friggin' awesome as well. And then there's Saturday.
Yeah.
Saturday.
Oh, man.
Our third show in Stevens Point, the WPW Boiling Point at the Holiday Convention Center here in Point. So yes, WPW rolls back into town for the third time. I'm so pumped. I'm looking forward to that. I got a feeling it's going to be a good crowd. Because I believe Steve sold, anywhere from 80 to 100 tickets, I think was the last. Ben sold over 30. I looked at Chris and I's list today. We have, I want to say, 55 people on that list, and I think we've gotten rid of maybe 6 of those tickets. We have a list of people that are waiting to get tickets that we just gotta get a hold of and meet up with. So, I mean, if you look at it right there, that's, ballpark. That's just 200 between me, Chris, Steve, and Ben.
That is insane. And guys, if you don't know what we're talking, of course, about Wisconsin Pro Wrestling presenting Boiling Point this Saturday at the Holiday Inn and Convention Center. Again, third time that this has happened, and every single show has been memorable. I mean, let me talk about, first event there was probably, I want to say roughly about a year ago, and the main event was, Joey Jet Avalon defending the WPW title against Sadist in what was an electric matchup, and honestly, just holy cow, the crowd was just amazed. Sadist won by disqualification, which meant that Joey held on to the title. But we move on to September, in which the title was now being held by the real Brock Hall, taking on Mr. Ben McCoy, and one of the most emotional nights, honestly, that I saw, for Ben. Him winning the title off of Brock, definitely creating a historic moment. And this time around, oh boy, the main event. I am looking forward to this because this is basically a rematch from almost a year ago. And you know what? I don't think I'm going to do it any justice. Why don't you tell them what the main event for this year is going to be?
Oh, the main event for Saturday? Oh, this is a treat. So, first of all, our very first point show, these two men stole the show. And if anyone who's listening was at that show, goddamn well I'm talking about Young Money, Colin Brooks, and Adam Grace. So now, these two will be facing each other again, one-on-one, but this time, the WPW Heavyweight Championship is on the line. And it's currently being held by Mr. Adam Grace, who runs the place. You can get those t-shirts at the show on Saturday. So I just want to throw that up there. But yeah, this match is going to be freaking awesome. If you've ever seen these two wrestle against each other, with each other, you know that these are two of the guys that in this state right now are two of the guys to watch. They're up and coming, been up and coming. They're going to keep on moving forward and coming up and just getting better and better. So yeah, that main event is going to be freaking lit.
Jeez Louise, that's going to be insane. It's going to be... I mean, if anything, last year, like you said, they stole the show. If it's anything like that, you can only imagine how much further they are going to put it all on the line this Saturday with the title at stake. Of course, you guys, that is just going to...
If you don't remember, we had Adam Grace, Chris and I had Adam Grace on the Smart Money podcast, I want to say 2 weeks ago now. And he definitely said, like,